This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. We're here with Brian Coffey, agricultural economist from K-State.
Expand more on the major change in the CME cattle contracts. And you talked about this as a historic decrease in open interest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a couple things that would change here would be just the amount of open interest, the relative amount of open interest that's controlled by different groups. And so on the short open interest, we generally see that as mostly held by hedgers. So on a percentage basis, that actually didn't change. So hedgers control about 51% of the short open interest in January, and that percentage was the same by the end of March. So lower number of contracts, but the same percentage. Managed money traders who typically do not hold that large a percent of short open interest, they basically doubled the percentage that they held. That went from 7.5% up to almost 16%. So just the composition of who's holding the contracts changed. On the long side, we saw that long hedgers are holding a higher percentage, so up from 11% to 18.5%. And then on the long side, managed money decreased from controlling about 29% of long open interest down to 14.5%. So just some roles there changing. On the long side, we typically don't see hedgers controlling a large percentage of the open interest. And maybe with the low prices, we saw some of those hedgers wanting to try to lock in a low price. So maybe the contract was a little more attractive there. But yeah, definitely some shifts in who's holding how much open interest.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think, again, that the open interest is just one indicator of liquidity. It's one indicator of how easy it is to get in and out of the market. And so that's why we track it. Last week, the week-to-week changes were positive. So we added 211 positions to open interest, which is a tiny fraction, less than 1%. But we've had a couple weeks there where open interest didn't decline. So it could be a positive sign there that the open interest decline has stopped. And hopefully we could start adding, some more open interest back to that. The managed money traders that I mentioned, it looks like they've stopped adding short positions and they've gone back to adding a few long positions. And so hopefully that would, again, be a good sign that we're adding some contracts and we'll get back up to some of those higher levels where hedgers can have a little bit more confidence of ability to get positions placed.
Well, Brian, thanks for giving us an update on open interest in the CME live cattle futures contracts.
Thank you.
I'm Brityne Rucker, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas.